Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Andrew. For those watching me for the first time, to my subscribers, feel at home, and to my new subscribers, feel welcomed. Today, I'm delighted to bring you a guest in our YouTube channel. So I will be inviting him to introduce himself, atuambia yeye ni nani, ametoka wapi, and the reason why we are here today. So please, before we continue with this video, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button and to turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified anytime that we update a video. So welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here. My name is Mwalimu Opiyo. Those are my official name. I'm a campus political student. I do politics, and my political name is activist Jakosoko, ama wengine wananiita mwana wa Kosoko. Apart from that, I am a fourth year student. I pursue Bachelor of Education in Special Needs. So that one also earns me another name called Mwalimu Opiyo Fasiri Wasiri. That's my name. Yeah, that's all about my name.
Okay, you heard about his introduction. He has said that his name ni Mwalimu Opiyo. Hiyo ndio wengi sana wanajua. So karibu sana to our YouTube channel. Feel welcome. And today we say that we are going to talk about politics,
Yeah.
and or political journey. So able to take us through our political journey mostly in university.
Thank you so much, Madam Anne. Okay, I'm going to briefly take you through the political journey. It's about the university politics. It's a game of cards. I'm going to briefly take you through my story, but before my story, I'll take you through what it entails for one to be a student leader in the university, especially this with the introduction of the 2010 Duale Bill of 2016 of the University Act, the delegate system. Before that act of delegate system by Duale, there used to be free political space in the university politics. That one is down in those years. You remember, one could just come, you want to be the president of the university, you just campaign, you interact with students, then one-on-one. So it was one-on-one man vote, where as a student who wants to be a student leader goes have a talk one-on-one with other students to vote him or her. But it went round, and the things changed, whereby if you are vying for a president or which position, you have to come up into form what we call coalition, and through this coalition that you can form the government, whereby you go and have delegates. You look for people who want to become delegates, support them, finance them. You know, you need to have funds. Without funds, you are not able to finance delegates. Because, for example, one university, we have 21 delegates that are for 7 schools. So you must have at least 3/4 of the delegates for you to win as a coalition. So if you want to win as the president within a coalition, so you must have at least 3/4 of the delegates. That's to say, if you have 14 delegates, 14, or let's say 12 or 15, we are good to go, because your opponent coalition will be having less, and that's the automatic way. Yeah. So that one is how you can. That's the current political situation that we have. But back before the introduction of Duale, one could just campaign himself or herself, then seek for votes, then people line long queues, then they vote for you. But nowadays, we only vote for the delegates who later on vote for the coalition that they prefer as the best for comrades. But that one is being compromised. This delegate system is being compromised, whereby one person, just one individual, will have a say on behalf of, let's say, 700 students of a school. That can be compromised, because this thing cannot be representing the face of the entire school, student in the school, whereby you find a delegate being voted in by the members of the school. So, for example, school of education, they vote in maybe, for example, let's say Anne, you're voted as a delegate, female delegate. Then you see Anne, you're going to be compromised by a presidential candidate or any other candidate in another coalition by money. You're going to be bought so that you vote for their coalition. You know, by accepting the money, it means you have now turned on into your personal interest. It's now not the interest of the majority who voted you. So it means you're not representing them, but you've represented yourself, your own interest by money. You've been bought. So you're not now representing them, but you've represented them indirectly in a poor way by accepting the money. So you are compromised. Instead of voting for the person they voted you to vote for, you are voting otherwise because of money. So under the influence of money, it has become so far that the university leadership has been compromised, whereby we end up getting wrong leaders, leaders who are incompetent. They are not able to serve the student because they bribed so that they can achieve those positions. And when you ask for services, they tell you, I spent my money. I spent a lot. It was never cheap. I bought everything. I bought delegates and I bought everybody. I used a lot of money. So I'm now here to serve my interest, to recapture or to regain my money that I used during the campaign. So that's why they don't serve. So that's why we are appealing to the government so that we can review the section, the article that was introduced by Duale, so that we have Congress persons and we have a free vote whereby the members of the students of each schools vote without restriction, thereby you only vote in the delegates, then delegates vote on their behalf. I think everybody should be allowed to vote so that we have good leaders that can represent and work for the interest of the students. That aside, now let me get you to the real story. This is my story now. Back then in 2018, when I joined, it was my first time to join the higher learning institution. That is Kwani University, to be very specific, whereby I was admitted to do Bachelor of Arts in Kiswahili. I later on transferred into education, whereby I was now doing Bachelor of Education Special Need at Kiswahili, History and Kiswahili. So being an history student, as an historian, I ventured into politics. It immediately began in 2018 into politics, where I started interacting with the people in the office. I went from office A to office B, from the office of the president to all other offices. Just immediately I joined the university as just being a fresher. Then other students who are seniors who call us fresher by that time. You know, when you are still fresh in the university, they call you fresher. They call you are confused. You don't know anything. So they were wondering at how. Okay, this guy I used to call myself activist Duncan. So we have an activist who is a fresher. This boy is just confused. He's just misguided. I think he needs some lecture. He needs some orientation from seniors. This is a disrespect to seniors. You know, I used to even get into senior lecture halls of third years, fourth year students. Then I dress them. I tell them I'm so and so. You know, I will want to be a delegate in the School of Education. That is back then in 2018. I'm still in first year. I don't know anything about the university, but I've accessible the constitution. I know 1 or 2, 3. I know there is some post exist as delegate. So I started buying as delegate School of Education. I campaigned and I was anybody I met, whether you are a fourth year, whether you are third year, irrespective of your age or year of study, and I was just a mere first year who knows nothing. I could stop you and tell you I'm so and so, you know, I'm buying for this position in the coming election. I want you to vote for me as a delegate School of Education. No, and people were wondering like, is this boy serious? Oh, is he out of his mind? But I told them, yes, I'm in for it. So that one went that way. When the campaigns came, I was told, you know, we are now, you have to align yourself to a coalition. Then I got discouraged. After having campaigned with a lot of, I used money, I used to buy for people milk. I campaign, I go to class, I give sweets, I give lollipops, just sweet talk them so that they can vote me when the right time comes. Then I faced a big challenge whereby I'm competing with the third years, fourth years, who are got more experience, have interacted with many comrades than me, who is just a fresher by then. But that one did not bar me from going ahead. I went in and campaigned seriously. Then I was now trending in the main university page, that's calling University Want, trending at first trending activists. So people started getting attention to know whom am I. So when I was interacting with them on the ground, many people greeted me, hey, activists, how are you? So this is the activist you're talking about. So they knew me through social media. On the ground, I was also active, knocking here and there. So that's how I started. Now I was tried, so they confused me because this collision thing. We were put in the collision. Then they reshuffled the list so that I stepped down for my friend, one called Mashinani. He was very famous because he started here, and I was just first year. So I decided to back him up. We campaigned. So we were campaigning for a certain collision called G7 collision, where the head was Dalton, and then things did not went as our wish. Then later on, we shift to the mega coalition of Fikirini Jacobs, who was then a student leader at the University of vice president of the University of Masai Mara, was then came to one university. That's how we also backed him up for the president. We campaigned for him. He won well with 14 delegates. The other coalition he defeated so amazingly. So that's how we won. We backed him up. Then I did not give up. When another electioneering period came, I joined again, and now I was now vying as the Secretary General. So I left my delegate ambition, jumped into a bigger position, office of the Secretary General. I wanted to be the spokesperson of the student in the entire university. They laughed at me when I first approached my class members. They laughed at me. They told me, "Hey, this is a daydream. You are daydreaming, my friend. You can't just go back to the delegate, the normal position, because you are just now you are just a mere second year." So they laughed, they discouraged me, but myself, I was very optimistic. So I went on. I had some money, about around 10,000. So I went. We were going to clubs, to hotels, take comrades to lunch. I buy for them what they call wisdom. They call it wisdom, but the real name is they just some alcoholic drinks. But with them, they call it wisdom. So they say, activists, so we want to be wise. Please take it out. I took them, but I realized when I sat down, I spent a lot of money. It's my money that was being into waste. But with them, they encourage me. They call when they meet you in the the pavement in the Pony University. They call you, "Hey, Mheshimiwa." No, they refer calling you Mheshimiwa because they know you remove something. Even if my pocket were empty by then, but they are busy calling you Mheshimiwa. But you feel sorry. They are calling me Mheshimiwa, but I know they want something, but my pocket is mine. So it was a bit challenging. They know you as Mheshimiwa, but at the back of your mind, you don't have anything because campaigns need a lot of money. So I went on campaigning. I spent around 10,000. I've not even reached the ballot, but I later on give up and I joined my other worthy competitors. I backed them up. So since then, I've never been to reach the ballot. So I now turned into a kingmaker, whereby people could now come and approach me. Activists, you have experience in this campus politics. I know you've been backing up several coalitions and they win. You've never been into outside the government. You will always be in a winning side. You are always on the winning side. How you do it? Please encourage us. So that's how I went to the table. The coalition. We formed a coalition. With the then President Emeritus of One University, Hiram. I was in the lead council forming the government, the strategists, the advisors, political strategists. We strategized everything. We campaigned and were successful. We won. We won with a lot number of delegates. Out of 21, we won with 15. So we defeated our opponent, and that's how our coalition won. And that we put that government into action. It did not stop there. They keep on coming to me. The next electioneering period, because when we spot the seventh week of the second semester, so another government came in also. We sat down, we strategized. This is now they call the TAR government, where I was the key founder. I was the chief founder of this coalition called TAR government. I named it TAR because I know it is the Action Alliance. So it means action, and then it means light. So I came up with this idea. We formed the coalition. Then we came up with, we endorsed somebody called Honorable Alan Ondigo, who we campaigned for vigorously. I was strategizing here and there, engaging with the delegates. We talk them, work with them in every school. And we ended up winning this because it was not easy, but we had to sacrifice where some of our delegates were stolen and taken and hidden somewhere away. So we went ahead by hiring hotels where our delegates could host them in the hotels within the town, so where we could buy for them venues where they sleep, they spend night. We buy for them lunch, breakfast. Then again, it was not so easy. For 1 week, spending on them a lot of money. We spent over 100,000 just for accommodation, for catering for the delegates. Then 21 of them, put them in one room to sleep there so that our opponents cannot come for them. But they managed to come to go away with our two delegates. But later on the voting day, it was out of loyalty. Our delegates were very loyal, and when we went to the voting hall, the LTN, we advised them to remain loyal and we will reward them. And they did as we instructed them, because I was the chief instructor of the delegates. I keep on coordinating with them, so they followed our instructions. They voted, all of them voted for us, including the ones that were kidnapped. Later on voted for us, except only one. But they later on voted for us, and that's why we won from the president to the gender. We won all the 7 seats, and our coalition won, and that's how our government came into the government position up to now. So since then, myself as a activist Duncan Opiyo, I've been just a kingmaker. If you feel like you want to be a leader in the university, you approach me. Then we sit down. I advise you, what you should do, this and there, because I have experience since 2018. I've experienced a lot. This is now my 5th year in the university, and I have experienced a lot of campus politics. I did not just stop there. I still have a hope that one day, one time, I'll vie for the members of the county assembly or the member of parliament at my constituency back in Homa Bay County. There was a county, that's my ward. That's where I hail from, the southern part of Kenya. So I'm very optimistic that one day, one time, I'll still have a say. Back then when I joined the first year, people looked at my dressing code was very poor. I used to put on a very big shoes, the white big shoes, and I had one big coat which is very large and oversized, dark green, black. Irrespective of the hot weather of Kilifi, I used to put it on. I remember one day we went to Miss Campus contest, where I just stepped up to the podium without fearing anybody. I prayed for the event to kick off, and then there were people celebrating all over. They're wondering, who is this? It's just a fresher. Where did he get all this courage? They looked at my dressing code. It was very poor. It was very pathetic. I did not know how to dress up. In fact, if it was by then, they could call me Rigiji, because I was dressing the Rigiji style, whereby I have an unbalanced dressing attire. My shoes, starting from my shoes, my shirt. But I used to have a very nice tie. I love putting on white shirt and a red tie or a black tie and some shoes. But though they were oversized, they could not fit me well. So people looked at me, they were discriminating me. This boy doesn't know. Can you go and teach yourself how to put on? That's when you can come back to where campus political students are. You cannot argue with us. You don't know anything, because you're very poor in dressing. Ni kama hata uogi. So they were making very funny statements on me, but that one never discouraged me. So I went on that way. So I decided to change my dressing code. I had somebody, my designer, who used to advise me, my friend, you are now a public figure of one university politics. You should now start dressing well. So he advised me I bought a very nice shirt that's balanced, and a trouser that's balanced, and some good loafers, shoes. So that's how I started changing my dressing code, and that's how I transformed. People now could call me, they could now recognize me. Mheshimiwa. Yeah? They are now recognizing Mheshimiwa. Like now, I just advanced, and by then I could not have such kind of suit. I could not afford even to buy one suit. The price of a suit was so high, so I just used to buy this cheap mitumba coats on the highway, on the streets, and the cheap long trousers. But by now, if you can look at me, I look very presentable. Is that true? Yeah, I look very presentable. Nowadays, I look very presentable because I'm now fully grown into this political career. And when you're a politician, people are looking up to you. They look up even on your dress code, your talking style, your walking style, how you address people, how you respond to people. So language, communication matters a lot for a student leader or any leader or anybody who wants to be into leadership position. So you must first of all check on your dressing code. That's why they used to make a lot of fun, and Kenyans used to make a lot of fun and comedy on our deputy president on his dressing code. If you could go through social media, they're commenting on how his coat is oversized, maybe his long trousers are not balanced, maybe his coat how he puts on. They used to comment a lot. They are saying, huyu jamaa fundi wake is doing a lot of harm to him. So that's how. So dressing code, communication is key. How you communicate, how you respond to people, how you control your anger, your temper when you talk, when you communicate, how you respond to each issue, how you take it, how you relax and take everybody, accommodate everyone. You know, people are very funny. You have different characters, but you have to know how to balance them. So being in leadership is something that it's a calling. So it needs a lot of arrangements. You have to arrange yourself, organize yourself so well. So that's how it is. So leadership, when you want to be a good campus student leader, when you are joining, start right away when you join your first year. Irrespective of kind of comments you receive from people, what they're discouraging you, don't give up. Keep it up, and one day, one time, you'll be better. They will be now starting appreciating you, calling you Mheshimiwa, you know. So it's a lot dedication, commitment, and don't give up. Yeah. Thank you very much, and that's all.
Guys, for listening to Mwalimu Opiyo's story about campus politics, and thank you for watching. Please make sure that you subscribe, and I will be hosting him again in another day to make sure that we give you more about tips on campus politics, on those who are yet to join, to know how they are going to tackle these things. So please make sure that you subscribe, and let's meet next time.